Daytona Beach, Florida. Fernando Alonso dashed into retirement from Formula One, committed to winning the last leg of motorsport's variant of the Triple Crown. The Indianapolis 500 is the missing gem, one he means to include May. Be that as it may, Alonso has been thinking about his future for a long while, and his November retirement from F1 has opened his timetable to race in anything he needs. In the wake of tying down Wayne Taylor racing to a triumph in the Rolex 24 at Daytona, the Spaniard was bashful about his future. "The point is to accomplish something remarkable in motorsport," Alonso said Sunday in the wake of grabbing his new Rolex watch. Not quite certain, but rather an intimation that Alonso is available to all thoughts in this new part of his vocation. "At the present time full spotlight is on the Indy 500, he said. "Yet, better believe it, I'm supposing I'm attempting to accomplish something more, perhaps in various controls. I have to think, I have to design, I have to ensure that I'm aggressive, to have the correct individuals, the correct groups, and the correct arrangements. Whatever experience is straight away, I won't do it in case I'm not aggressive or I don't have a shot for winning. I should be exceptionally quiet and shrewd with the choices for what's to come." The arrangement was placed in movement 2 years back when the two-time F1 champion induced his McLaren group to give him a chance to avoid the Monaco Grand Prix and rather race the Indianapolis 500. Alonso had twice won in Monte Carlo, maybe the hardest leg of the Triple Crown, and now he needed to kiss the blocks at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He had never determined an Indy vehicle and had never hustled on an oval, yet he was in dispute to win his debut Indy 500 until a late motor disappointment. What he has done working two jobs in various orders has demonstrated his ability has not faltered, and that as he gets ready to turn 38, Alonso still rates among the best drivers on earth. "At whatever point you put a person in an alternate vehicle on an alternate track, regularly it takes 4 or 5 laps for them to get settled," said Rolex winning group proprietor Wayne Taylor. "I recollect his initially split on the main turn was as speedy as everyone. I thought, how are we going to deal with this? He was simply breathtaking." Alonso did the truly difficult work for Taylor at Daytona, a race ceased twice without precedent for history for rain, at that point called short of the 24-hour stamp since conditions were unreasonably deceptive for drivers to be on the track. 2 of Alonso's 3 spells in the vehicle were amid the rain, to some extent in light of the fact that F1 had made him the most experienced driver on the Taylor lineup in wet conditions, and on the grounds that he had the control and unfaltering quality to deal with the dangers versus remunerate in a heavy rainstorm. Alonso found the constrained perceivability in standing water on the track to be the most unsafe states of his profession, and he had all that anyone could need when he saw the pace vehicle driver hydroplane and about accident when he was following under alert. Yet, he didn't turn a solitary wheel wrong and drove the Cadillac Pit to the lead each time he was on the track to win the Rolex in his second attempt. He noted after that his game's vehicle vocation was actually a year old and kept on implying at his future. In spite of the fact that he completed a vehicle swap with 7-time NASCAR champion Jimmy Johnson in November and ran display laps in a stock vehicle, Alonso said at Daytona that NASCAR occasions are not right now on his radar. He is contending this year in the World Endurance Challenge. He won in his arrangement make a big appearance last season in the 6 Hours of Spa, and joked he has such a large number of plans he may need to come back to F1 to reduce his heat. There are a lot of chances for Alonso everywhere throughout the world, and his next enormous declaration could be 1 year from now's Dakar Rally in Paris. Alonso's success in Daytona made him the 3rd F1 champion to win the Rolex, joining Phil Hill and Mario Andretti. He appeared to be desirous of the drivers previously his time who could race everywhere throughout the world in any kind of equation, and demonstrating that it should even now be possible may be what Alonso does straight away. "I think to win in various arrangement, in various controls of motorsport which are very explicit, you have to presumably be brought into the world with that ability and grow up with that learning of that arrangement," he said. "Like oval hustling, as IndyCar and things like that. To come there and endeavor to be aggressive or winning is something that I think in motorsport is very troublesome. I think in the past it was somewhat increasingly open, motorsport when all is said and done. However, at this point each arrangement turned out to be exceptionally expert, and you have to take full devotion to every arrangement, each driving style and things like that. I think ideally soon I can disclose to you a greater amount of the plans." Thank you.